Hi, Robert.
Hello, Catherine. How are you today?
Good. So this is a new little experiment of mine, doing this little, I was calling it a podcast, but as you pointed out, it's really a video. So we're going to call it a vidcast. Okay.
All
Even
right.
though I haven't changed my logo yet. See, on my logo, it says the Lake Wales Pod, but it will say vidcast, homegrown news that matters.
Well,
So
thank you for having me as a guest. I appreciate that.
great. And so you are the president of the Lake Wales Heritage, among other things.
Correct.
Tell me a little bit about what that is.
All right. Well, yeah, elevator speech version. Lake Wales is a unique recipient of the landscape expertise of Frederick Olmsted Jr. His father did New York Central Park. He did Niagara Falls. They did Boston's Emerald Necklace. They did the U.S. Capitol. They did Biltmore Estate, over 100 college and university campuses across the nation. And then when Frederick Olmsted Jr. came to Lake Wales, he did Mountain Lake Community. He did Edward Bach's famous Singing Tower, the Mountain Lake Sanctuary. And then Bach secretly paid Olmsted to do a landscape plan for the entire city, which was, Lake Wales was originally conceived as a garden city by the developers, and they protected a vast central park around the lake shores. And so Olmsted found this great palette to work with, and he immediately set to work creating a landscape plan for the city that calls for hundreds of blocks of street trees. And that work began about 1930, but unfortunately, that's the year that Edward Bach died. He had been funding the process, and then the Great Depression put a stop to it. So the project was never finished. Those trees that were planted, though, however, have graced the city for generations. But about 5 years ago, we started Lake Wales Heritage in order to reinvigorate that original tree planting, educate citizens as to why those trees are there, why this project exists, and start replanting the trees. So it's a very ambitious project that will probably be continuing long after I'm gone. It's a multi-decadal project, but we do, as an annual educational and fundraising event, we do an event called Olmsted Day in the Park, which will be this Saturday, April 29th, 2023. And that's a family fun day. We have lots and lots of educational activities for adults and children, a lot of games and things. We have, of course, food trucks and music and ceremonies and speakers and just a host of activities that go with that. We have a beer garden, and as the Bach and Olmsted were some of the pioneers that helped shape Lake Wales, we call this event Beers with Pioneers. It includes a craft beer tasting. It's a lot of fun, and so we have. Well, here I've got a poster that kind of tells a little bit about it. If you can read any of it.
Yeah, get it up there.
Yeah, and
April 29th in Lake Wales. And it's interesting that we spelled Lake Wales a little different. Can you hear the lawnmower in the background?
I don't hear it, but
Yes,
yeah, there's our Beers with Pioneers and some of our great sponsors. We have to thank all of them. There's just a lot of people who helped make this a success. And so we got a lot of activities. And Lake Wales was named, the lake was named after the boss, the federal employee who hired the surveyor who first surveyed this area in the late 1880s or so. And he named it after his boss, Sidney Wales. And then when they formed the Lake Wales Land Company, they decided that it was too mournful. They had to drop it. And Sidney Wales wrote a very angry letter about the name change.
Which changed it away from his name, right?
Yes, it sure did. And that letter still exists. It's still protected in the Lake Wales History Museum, which is a funny footnote to the story. But this is a fun event. We invite everybody to come out, and there's something for everybody. It really is a lot of fun, especially for kids. We've got a huge inflatable obstacle course. We've got a talking tree that tells stories. We've got a TV game show like Family Feud where you can win prizes. There's a lot of prizes that are given away, a lot of free ice cream given away. There's 4 bands, of course, the beer tasting. There's live animals. There's a lot of nature activities. There's a hike. There's a scavenger hunt, nature scavenger hunt, where people use their phones to hunt down species that live in the park, plants and animals. There'll be plant sales. There's a lot of different vendors selling all sorts of merchandise. So it's really a full day and very busy day, and we're just hoping for some ideal weather and a great time.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I plan to be down there, coming down to see it. And so I just encourage everybody. I'm going to try to put up here on the screen a little banner that shows information about it. And where else can they go to find out about this?
Well, the first place to go is lakewalesheritage.org, the website.
Okay.
Of course, the event is in Lake Wales Park, which you can find on the west side of the lake. Technically, the address we're using is 499 East Park Avenue, but the park sprawls out, and this will be over a broad area. We're going to do a ceremonial tree planting at 10 o'clock, part of the opening ceremonies with our bagpiper. It's a huge live oak that we're putting in the ground to continue the landscaping of the park. And we have plans to plant trees on, like I said, hundreds of blocks of Lake Wales as we go forward.
Well, I appreciate you coming on here, and I'm going to put this out on my Facebook page, and hopefully people will share it. I'm going to also put it on Nextdoor. So we're trying to do more like you have your lakewalesnews.net, which is a great source of news here in Lake Wales. And we're trying to get more news out in the community, right?
Okay. Right. There's a typo in your banner, though. It's 2023. It's this year. It's not 2024. We will do it again in 2024.
You're right. Well, let me, I'll go out and fix it here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought I had
event.
everything right. Anyway, it's 2023, not 2020.
Right. It's this coming Saturday. It's only four days away. So we're last minute hurrying around getting all the arrangements.
All righty. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Catherine, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Bye. Talk to you soon.
Have a great day.
See you Saturday.
See you Saturday. Hope to see everybody Saturday.
Yep.